Here's a hot take for you today. You do not need to be fluent in American Sign Language / ASL in order to teach your baby how to communicate with you. Using baby signs is not the same as teaching sign language. You are simply teaching your baby a way for them to communicate before they can communicate with words. Now let's jump into the top 8 benefits that I have laid out for you to talk all about why you should be teaching your baby sign language. Now, for the sake of my business, I call my sign language course Tiny Talkers because we are not doing fluent sign language. We are simply teaching baby signs for communication. So moving forward, we will be referring to baby signs as Tiny Talkers. You can find all of this information in my Tiny Talkers course. Benefit number 1 for using Tiny Talkers is early communication. Your child will be able to express their needs and their wants with motions before they can do so with words. This is actually going to encourage their language development, and it is going to decrease their frustration. When they can communicate to you that they're hungry and they want food, they're going to be able to signal towards that, and you will know exactly what your child wants. Benefit number 2 is the cognitive and language development. Your child's brain development is actually connecting neurons and different aspects of brain development when they are using this function of their brain that they otherwise would not be using. Children who are taught to communicate as babies and young toddlers actually have a larger vocabulary and stronger language skills, and this is going to be seen not right away, but it will be seen in the long run. Number 3 is their emotional and social development. Emotionally speaking, this is going to strengthen your bond with your baby when you are able to understand their needs and wants because you understand what they're signaling to you that they need. They're going to feel more safe and secure with you, and like you are able to meet their needs that they can communicate one way when they cannot communicate it with verbal words. Your child is going to feel more confident, and they are going to, you know what, like we're just gonna say that these kids might be more stubborn. So kids who are very persistent about what they want, and if they want more and they don't stop saying more, even if it doesn't sound like they're saying more, and they may be going like this, maybe they're saying "ma," because they're trying to tell you that they want more, they're probably not gonna stop until they get it. Next up is benefit number 4, and this is going to help with your child's speech development. You're actually reinforcing spoken language when your child is pairing it with a motion. Now, I like to relate this to habit stacking. So maybe you're brushing your teeth every night and you want to put moisturizer on your face, but you always forget. If you're habit stacking where you're going to brush your teeth every night, and then because you're already doing that, you're going to start moisturizing your face if the lotion is right next to it, then it's kind of similar to kind of pairing together your child's spoken words with their movement. This is also going to help transition your child from just making the gesture to using the gesture with the word, and then they will eventually drop the gesture and just use their words. If you have a baby who is starting to learn sign language and you're watching this video as a parent or caregiver who is interested in learning more, then you can download the course in the description box down below. Also, I want you to leave a comment and tell me what benefits you see with your child who is starting to use this sign language. How are they communicating with you? Is their level of frustration decreasing? And are you able to understand their needs better and easier when they're using these Tiny Talkers gestures? Number 5 is that you will be enhancing your child's motor skills. Now, when we're using our fingers and hands, your child is going to be practicing their fine motor development. When we are using our fingers specifically, if we're saying more or food or milk, whatever we might be saying with our hands, we are using our fine motor development, and your child's development is going to be developing when they are doing these signs. Your baby is also enhancing their brain to hand connection. So when your child's brain is saying that they want more, their brain is communicating to their hands to make that gesture. Benefit number 6, I love this one. It is easing transitions. Now, transitions with babies and and toddlers can be very difficult. When it is time to be all done, it can be difficult for your child to accept the fact that they are all done making a mess with finger paint. They are all done eating, whatever. Maybe they're all done with the bathtub. All of these things are transition times, and that can be very difficult for your child. So using these signs to signal to them that they're going to be all done is going to help smooth that transition. Benefit number 7 is that this works for all babies and toddlers. Now, whether your child has a speech delay, if they have special needs, or if they are a typically developing child, every single baby and toddler can benefit from using baby signs. And sometimes I go off on a tangent on this one because where I live here in Rochester, New York, we have a very high population in the deaf community. Now, while I already gave the disclaimer that this is not fluid sign language, if you know a basic sign like thank you, and you can have the most basic communication with somebody who might very well be your Starbucks barista or checking you out at Target, and being able to have a very simple conversation with you, it is going to be so beneficial for both you and your child. That is a completely different tangent. However, it is beneficial to teach babies of all ages and stages any tiny talker's communication. And benefit number 8 is that it is fun and engaging. When you are talking to your child and using gestures with them, they are engaged in what you are doing and they are mimicking what you are doing. So when they are engaged and having fun and learning, and their brain is developing and they're communicating and their tantrums are decreased because they can communicate like this, what cons could there possibly be to teaching your child baby signs? I know from personal experience with all 3 of my kids that teaching them signs has been so beneficial for them and their speech and their development and their learning and communication and so many different things. So if you are interested in tiny talkers, I have a mini course, but it is jam-packed with 101 baby signs. It is going to show you pictures and videos, and you will have a PDF guide to go through pictures of every single sign, and you will be learning and having fun with your baby along the way. So don't forget to grab Tiny Talkers, the course, in the description box down below, and I'll also pin it to the comment section. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and keep blooming. Mwah.